Videofashion Monthly brings a brand new kind of fashion magazine to life. All the glamour and excitement of fashion comes to life, and you're right there. In Paris, in Milan, in London, in New York. The whole world of fashion is your world as you meet the people who make fashion happen. Come to the fashion shows, visit backstage, and shop for what's newest. This month, Videofashion visits Paris, where prestige is important and status symbols sell like hot croissants. Take a front row seat at some of the most prestigious fashion shows in Paris. See what's making fashion news in status styles. Meet Tracy Lee, our newest video cover girl. Find out how a Vicomtesse is using her social status to sell fashion. Learn all about that famous status symbol, Vuitton. Get in the mood for Paris with a special video fashion music video. See what looks young Parisians like most now. Meet Daniel Hechter. He designs for the young. Come shopping where young Paris shops. And find out what you must buy from Paris for autumn-winter 1984-85. At a Paris fashion show, the front row seats are status symbols. We've reserved a place for you. Bernard Paris leads off with lean line ensembles in wintry neutral colors. Then Jacqueline de Riebe adds satin shine to this checked suit. Michelle Klein brightens classics with jolts of color. And Valentino's furs make winter weather something to look forward to. Enrico Coveri pours on molten glamour to give your tour of the shows a 24-carat finale. Fashion news from Paris carries clout because French fashion has the built-in status of tradition. News in Paris becomes fashion news everywhere. What's news now is color, intense, vibrant color that's sudden and quite a shock. Valentino shocks fashion with bright color played against black for the highest visibility possible. During the day, Valentino puts little jackets in shocking bright shades over short black skirts. And in the evening, he doubles up the bright colors, but still uses black for emphasis. Jacqueline de Riebe takes a stronger stand on shocking color for the day. She likes it from head to toe. And she continues that same color thinking into evening. Those shock colors, the new fashion status shades of the season. The shape that's making news in fashion now is the body shape, a skin-tight cut that's certainly sexy. One designer is better at cutting the new body shape than anybody. He's Asdin Alaya, the designer whose shapely clothes are now considered a status style by those in the know. Even the mannish pantsuit is shaped into a body-conscious cut by Asdin. His latest leather suits have skirts as tight as a second skin. And for evening, Asdin turns the body shape into something purely sensational. If you're looking for status styles, look for expensive details that add fancy touches for daytime and evening. Fur is the favorite fancy trim this winter from Bernard Paris. Fur, fabulous fur. Paris even trims swirling hems with lavish fur borders. Evening is time for sparkly trims like this garland of jewels from Jacqueline de Riebe. Enrico Coveri puts pearls all over this little black dress. Valentino adds sparkle to a high collar. And the bejeweled neckline at Paris, the fanciest trim of them all, finishes the fashion news. Now it's time to get to know our video cover girl. She's the South African model who looks like a beautiful doll with her china blue eyes and golden locks. We asked Tracy Lee how she got her start.
My sister was working in a boutique school holidays, and there was a model that worked with her, and she looked at me one day, we were meeting for lunch, and she said, you know, your sister's really skinny, she's very cute, why doesn't she go along to my agency? So I sort of spoke to Mum about it, and Mum said, oh, well, we can go and have a talk, see what it's about. And we went and we didn't hear from them for about 3 months, and then it started. And it was after school, it was school holidays, it was very different because it happened very quickly. But Mum was fantastic. She was with me all the way. She wasn't pushy, and she said, anything you don't want to do, you don't have to do. At times, I got a lot of jealousy at school through my friends. That was very difficult dealing with because they couldn't understand. If, for instance, I had a morning shoot, Mum would speak to Mother Superior. I was at a convent, and Mum would speak to Mother Superior, and she'd say, oh, all right, let Tracy Lee stay off, you know, it's okay. And the girls sort of felt this and knew it, and they felt a certain favoritism from the nuns and myself. But my school days were very happy, very pleasant. My first model fees were $16 an hour. But then, of course, all the pictures started coming out, all the tears, and it all got more and more exciting.
That excitement reaches its peak for Tracy when she's on the runway.
I love the adrenaline. I like the fact that you can be yourself out there. You give what you are. It's your character. It's how you feel the clothes. I like the movement, the excitement. I like the energy. When you put those clothes on, you do feel the immediate difference. It's never boring. There's never a dull moment, that's for sure. I guess it's like you would say an actress feels on Broadway or on film. It's your audience. It's you as you are giving to them. Film is like print. You can do a couple of takes. This is a one-time take. You can't. You've got to do it right there and then. It's showtime.
Showtime means starring in fashion shows all over the world. She may look like a doll, but Tracy Lee is part of that special breed of supermodels who have the stamina of a thoroughbred, a winner. Our video cover girl, Tracy Lee. Jacqueline is more than a fashion designer. She's a Vicomtesse of France, a regal member of the aristocracy. Her life and her lifestyle have always been faithfully chronicled by fashion magazines. Recently, she became a fashion designer, and she told us about her latest collection.
It was lots of work, lots of love and passion put into it. And there was a great difference between the daytime feeling and the evening mood, because I think a modern woman has two lives. She has her day life, which is work and responsibilities, and in the evening she wants to be feminine. She's not afraid to have a little sexy look. And she wants to be tender too. So I think I've expressed this in all the evening part. And in the day part, sort of tailored, crisp, lots of dresses in which you could go for lunch as well as for dinner. I think in a way I'm very lucky to be a woman designer because I'm very close to the world of women. I've done things with love for women, and I really thought of women and all different types of women, all different lives of women. And I hope that they will see that. I think you have to have a sense, you have to be an artist somewhere to be able to create, because I mean, just putting colors together, having a sense of proportion. I think an artistic eye is very much needed. It's like painter or any type of artist. There's space for everyone. Everyone expresses its different style, and if my style is liked, then I'm just one more creator. That's all. I just hope that they will go on liking my clothes.
More than just the clothes, women like the style of Jacqueline de Ribe, status dressing for fall. What's in a name? When you go shopping for status in Paris, there's one name that's become a status symbol all over the world. The name? Louis Vuitton. The Vuitton shop in Paris is a status seeker's dream, stocked with a host of luggage and accessory items emblazoned with that little two-tone brown LV initial, the print that's instantly recognizable. LV are the initials of Louis Vuitton, the company's founder. He began a tradition that's so cherished, there is now a museum devoted to early examples of Vuitton craftsmanship. Those famous trunks are just the start of it. There is a variety of custom-made Vuitton items, like a traveling wardrobe, grooming kits, toolboxes, and even a desk. We went behind the scenes to see a trunk in the making.
And we are now in the Vuitton factory, which was built in 1860. So this is the first Vuitton factory. And shall now follow the process of manufacturing of a wardrobe. The workman is gluing the edges of the wardrobe before putting the two parts together and nailing them. What I can tell you is that a whole trunk takes more than 180 hours work. The leather you can see here is the cowhide, and the cowhide is the leather that Vuitton has always used since the beginning of the company. Now at this step, the whole wardrobe is going to be lined with a cotton canvas. We can be sure with that canvas that the wood will not split. So now they are putting the brass fittings, which are the corners, the buckles, and the lock. And every corner, every buckle is fixed with a rivet on which you have written Louis Vuitton. Here we are almost at the final step of the trunk. The worker is going to put the lock on the luggage. Before he starts, what is very special to the Vuitton lock is that every lock has its own number, and every customer who buys a suitcase or an attaché case or a vanity case or a trunk has its own lock number, so that one customer can have all his luggage opening with one single key, which will be his own key. And from the first step to the last one, everything is made by hand and is a real craftsmanship.
Voila, the finished product, a Vuitton trunk, status that's substantiated by genuine quality, quality that is built in by a solid tradition of craftsmanship. In Paris, as all over the world, status is spelled LV, the initials of Louis Vuitton. Our new video fashion music video gets you in the mood to have fun in Paris, the city where fashion and youth bubble up like champagne. Hurrah for Paris! Now that you're in the mood, let's find out what's in fashion for the young people of Paris. First, there are classics, new classics. Often they're based on menswear. classic blazers or pantsuits like these oversized styles from Daniel Hechter. Classics don't have to be boring. Just take a look at these big plaids from Coveri. Michelle Klein takes the classic sweatshirt and turns it into a high fashion look. And that classic English school uniform gets the fashion treatment from Daniel Hechter. Classic styles are refabricated into plush fabrics by Odile Lanson. More of those classics that have been renewed. The alternative look that the young people of Paris prefer is harder to pin down. It's the unique look of personal style. Just what is personal style? It's fashion's way of telling you to do your own thing. Here's personal style from World's End. Dobie Broda personalizes the style of pantsuits by coloring them brightly. Bold graphic designs from Michelle Klein are traffic stoppers. Personal style can be very easy, too. Take a look at these sweats from Girbeau. Pop art, plastic, and bright color create Elizabeth de Semville's personal style. World's End recreates denims for the next jeans generation, for those with the personal style of young Paris. Daniel Hechter has been a major force behind young Paris fashion for years, but there's more than fashion on his mind.
My attitude in matter of creation is that I refuse to be today only a fashion designer. I think I would determine as, let's say, a lifestyle designer, because I'm not only designing clothes, and clothes are only for me part of lifestyle. I'm designing today furniture and chinas and different things, and I think I just want to do things that people just want to wear. You know, fashion for me is not for windows, it's not for a magazine, it's only for people. First of all, I thought a lot about the neutral colors. Navy is again very important to me, navy and tartans, because it's a long time we haven't seen it in a way of fashion. And of course, the most important thing to me today is the pastels for winter. I give a large part of the show in the pastel tweeds, and this is very, very important to me.
This season, Daniel Hechter's young looks are based on the androgynous trend that has put menswear onto the backs of young women everywhere. He mixes fabrics to update classics. And full cuts give his suits a look that's distinctive. Daniel understands that young people today are ready to dress up again. Here's what he told us.
I feel that people like now when they go out to be dressed different way. I mean, you know, fashion is something very, very ephemeral, and you have time where you like to go out in a pair of jeans and a T-shirt, and I think it's a time now that we like to be dressed up a different way. I think every person must make his own choice for what is important or not. I think the woman today is somebody who is free, and she has the right to choose to be dressed her way, which is more important than anything. You know, I just propose, and in fact, I think it's the lady to decide where she will be the best.
Daniel Hechter. He's a favorite designer of the young people of Paris today. Shopping in Paris is fun. Come with us on a shopping spree just for the fun of it. Let's start by visiting the famous flea market. Stroll along the makeshift lanes lined with stalls that offer endless temptations for you dedicated bargain hunters. Here's where the young people of Paris buy their clothes and accessories. They put them together in their own inimitable version of that new personal style. The style that many fashion designers are trying to emulate. There are no rules, no must-buys, just an incredible variety of everything. From shoes to neon skirts and novelty items. Shopping at the flea market can be full of surprises. Like 50s petticoats, psychedelic vests, antique undies, and glamorous gloves. And you'll never know who you might bump into. We met famous designer Kansai Yamamoto. Now let's move on across the Seine to the trendy left bank, where we'll shop the fashionable boutique of famous designer Claude Montana.
Mr. Montana wants a boutique. First of all, he chose the place of Paris, which you can see the Rue de Grenelle. He started here because he wanted in a very old building. He wanted to be exclusive, as you can see, a beautiful boutique.
Tell us a little bit about your store windows. They're very unique. I see some nuns in the windows.
The store and the window are, we change them every 15 days. They have their own taste. And as you see, with a lot of sense of humor. We don't trust customers as we want to sell them something. We want the thing to go. If they think they are nice in the dresses, then we sell. If we see something not good on them, we say no, don't buy, please, because it don't fit you or something. So they come here more for advice, more for a new line, more. They want a place to come in, plus a boutique, plus you see. So like to buy things in this boutique because of the atmosphere, because of the clothes of Claude, and because of it. I think the boutique is also the image of Mr. Montana.
Off again. Now we'll visit one of the newest boutiques in Paris and meet its designer, Rafik.
I live day by day, so I take inspiration directly from the street. I think I'm an artist. I exercise this profession as an artist.
Rafik's look isn't for everyone, not even in Paris. But still, it's fun to go window shopping or to try on some of these very far-out new looks. Like many Paris designer boutiques, Rafik sells everything you might need to get his look exactly right, from toe to head. Shopping in Paris is fun because everything's there, from elegance to the latest in street style from Rafik. To get the young looks of Paris, you must buy a new face. Don't panic. It doesn't mean cosmetic surgery, just a visit to a makeup artist for a beauty makeover. You could start with your own far-out personal style. We asked World's End makeup artist Yvonne Wood to create a fun young at heart makeover.
So that's the makeup. It's like very natural skin, healthy rosy glow, patches under the eyes to resist the sun, get down to the elements, and a little bit of kind of very slightly silvery lip gloss, and variation on that being the freckles, and also gold as well. Cheeks are kind of coral, I suppose, pinky corally. Just very natural, no base, just let your skin show. Sort of bois de rose brusher right across the nose, right across the face, a little bit on the forehead, the two triangles under the eyes. Try and take something that's old and something that's new and mix the two together and have something that's totally new. I think protection for the eyelashes as opposed to exaggerate. This is the protection makeup. I think we should get away from the traditional Western idea of eye makeup and lipstick and maybe start more on your face, you know? That's about it, very simple. Minimal, 1984 style.
If that's not your style, there's a pretty alternative you might choose for your makeover from the makeup artist at Odile Lanson.
Makeup design is very natural. We just put white powder first on the eyelid, and then we just draw with a brown eyeshadow around, eyeliner against the eyelashes, and that's all. The cheeks and a very brown lipstick on the lips, but on top of the brown lipstick, a very pink eyeshadow. So this is the pink eyeshadow we put on the brown lipstick. Then we put on the cheeks the same pink. The best place to apply blush is just on the cheeks, but to the temple. So on the eyes the makeup is done. As you can see, we just have to put a brown eyeshadow between the eyebrow and the eyelid to extend the eye first and to balance the eye. It's a shiny shadow, yeah, but gold color. Very nice with the brown. We just let it matte like that. It gives something special, I mean, to that kind of makeup.
Something special, young Paris fashion for fall 1984. You must buy a dressy suit, and the choices are many. Basic black for drama. Or a casual look in bright plaids. A high-style suit in fur and leather. The dressy suit, a statement in status style from Status Paris.